Hello, everybody. I believe that we are live, and yes, we are. Hello, everybody. My name is Harry Rice. I review games for the Montreal Canadiens. Tonight, we played the Carolina Hurricanes. It was not pretty. It was not good. It was pretty goddamn boring. I'll be honest. Really boring game. Yeah, it was probably the worst Canadiens game of this year. Genuinely, it wasn't even a Montreal Canadiens game. It was not even a Laval Rocket game. It was a Trois-Rivières ECHL game, basically. Um, yeah, we just fucking 50 shots allowed, and the Whalers scored 3 goals. Um, that's genuinely indicative. I think more so how good Sam Montembeault is, than how bad the game is, than how bad the team was, because we were out literally pretty much our entire top six, barring one guy. Pretty much three of our four top blue liners and our pretty much usual starting goaltender. So yeah, the Whalers beat us. We'll get into the game in a minute. I will get to the comments. Hey, Gabriel Boyer, how's it going, man? No, you guys didn't destroy us because you only beat us 3-0. How the fuck do you only score 50 goals on an AHL team? That's a bum ass Carolina team. Excuse me, Hartford. I know someone is happy. Exactly, Gabriel. Exactly. Jacob W. Tank. Exactly. Noah. Instead of proving that his team was good, all they did was just helped us tank and be better than them in 2 years. Bedard Bull, indeed, Boyer. Bedard Bull, absolutely. This just helps our chances, even though we're probably stuck at fifth overall. There's no way that the Ducks win. I think it's 5 of their last 8, because I think the Ducks are the team that's closest to us. I'm pretty sure it's 5 of their last 8. 0% chance they win 5 of the next 8 to go above us. And then so I'm comfortable staying at fifth. I at least want to win another game. Noah, you say that, and you've given up like half your futures for fucking Brent Burns and torn ass ACL Max Pacioretty. Hey, let's go, Gabriel. Let's go, man. Let's go. Gabriel, I love you. Let's go, Boyer. Hell, we celebrate the homosexuals in this stream. Let's go, baby. So, opening lines for the Canadiens were Duran, Suzuki, Ulinen, Farrell, Belzil, Hoffman, Pizzetta, Evans, Gallagher, and Girianov, Pitlick, Armia. You might notice a name that is missing from that group. We'll get to that in a minute. Matheson, Kovacevic, Edmondson, Barron, Harris, Weidman were on the blue line. Sam Montembeault gets yet another start for the Canadiens, and Jake Allen backs him up as that's exactly what he should be doing. The opening lines for the Hurricanes were overrated. No, seriously. Martinook, Aho, Natchez, Stefan Nason, Kokinemi, Puliar. For some reason, I can't say Nason usually without saying Stefan first for some reason. But Nason, Kokinemi, Puliarvi, Drury, not of the Chris variety, of the Jack variety. Stahl, funny enough, we faced Eric and Mark last game. Tonight we faced Jordan. Thank you, NHL scheduling. That's actually kind of fun. And Faust, Stepan, Stastny, Jarvis were up front. Slavin, Burns, Skjei, Pesci, and Gashasper Chatfield were on the blue line. Antti Raanta gets a start. I believe they said on the broadcast this was his first start since the last Carolina Montreal game where he got hurt. Surprisingly, he would not get hurt this one. Antti Raanta, made of glass, didn't face enough shots to actually get hurt this time. Florida's now in a wild card spot. Yes, they are, Fazio. Yes, they are. However, keep in mind, Buffalo, I think, is only 4 points back with the win tonight. And I think Pittsburgh has a game in hand on Florida. So there's that too. And Puent Kachetskov, I believe, was the one backing him up. I don't know if it was Freddie Anderson. They didn't ever talk about the backup on the Sportsnet broadcast, so I don't know. Noah might be able to help me. Was it Kachetskov or was it Anderson backing him up? I'm assuming Kachetskov because Anderson's probably hurt because Carolina never has stable goaltending. Pittsburgh is playing. Oh, yeah, exactly, Fajo. Pittsburgh's playing the Flyers tomorrow, so it's going to be like, okay, so basically Pittsburgh in a wildcard spot still. Notice how only one team in the West has clinched a playoff spot. Rickle Pick. Yeah, that shows how much tighter the West is compared to the East. I'm fine with that, honestly. I actually like the East being so kind of cut and dry compared to the West. Like, okay, 7 of the top 8 teams are going to make it up to like the Islanders. And then the last wild card spot, there's like 3, 4, maybe 5 teams competing. I'd say 4, but Ottawa's not really competing. So yeah. There's definitely there's definitely that. But yeah, no, the West is definitely more open. But at the same time, it's really just 9 teams being competitive for those spots, and some of them can change. Out East, it's like there's 11 teams that might end up potentially making the playoffs or that could make the playoffs. Rick will pick. I don't know if it's or pick. Rick will pick. I don't know if I'd say the West still sucks, considering the West won the last Stanley Cup, and it was probably the best team in the Stanley Cup playoffs that won the cup too. Florida won, which is an L, but Buffalo also won. Exactly, Buffalo has 81.75 games. They have 2 games in hand on Florida and are 4 points back. If you ask me, Buffalo might be able to make it. I genuinely still might be able to make it. Definitely possible for Buffalo to make it, and I want them to so badly. Me too, Gabriel. I definitely want them to as well. Rick will pick. I don't know if I'd say the Avalanche stink, considering they have more Stanley Cups than us since 1996. So, yeah, which is an L. I mean, that is Gabriel. Florida won, which an L. No, yeah, I get what you mean. I'm gonna open my can of Pepsi, so I'm gonna mute for a split second. There you go, boys. Sorry, I should have muted. I should say muted. I didn't know I was gonna cough. Sorry, boys. Pretty sure if Edmonton, and Minnesota win the next games, they both clinch. Well, Fazio, thank you very much for letting me know that. I appreciate it. By the way, boys. If you guys want to donate $1, link in the link in the description for the PayPal. Why is that? I'm holding $1, and I figured, hey, why not? I'll plug the PayPal. Why not? Let's go. I'm pretty. I just read that. Half the conference is in the Bedard race. Where am I? Oh yeah, half of that conference is in the Bedard race. But then again, Rick will pick half of our conference is also too technically, because the half that doesn't make the playoffs is also in the Bedard race. So, yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I thought the Habs were better than this. You've always said you guys played well against good teams. Well, no, yeah, we usually do. What happened today? We genuinely iced an AHL team. You look at the guys that were in the lineup. Ulanen was an AHL forward. Farrell, you can maybe qualify as an AHL forward. It's his 3rd NHL game. Belzil has been an career AHLer until this year. He's actually been fairly decent. Pizzetta should be an AHL 4th liner. Pillik was in the AHL for a good part of the year. Kovacevic was kind of an AHL guy until he's proven himself this year, but technically AHLer. Barron's his rookie year. Suzuki, again, is our first line center. He was the only guy in the top 6 that has been consistently good this season. Matheson, I actually thought played pretty well tonight. But Harris, Barron, and Kovacevic are all rookies. Montembeault, this is his first year as the starter, and he was probably our best player tonight. It was probably Montembeault, Matheson, and then I guess maybe Evans, just because he took so much abuse and was still pretty decent. So, yeah, I don't know. I'd say we had a decent game from Montembeault. I guess actually, no, not even decent. Fucking great game from Montembeault. He allowed 3 goals on 50 shots. That's not something that you say is the goalie's fault this game. But yeah, no. Again, what happened is we've just been sucking because again we're icing an AHL team, and when you ice an AHL team against other teams that are quote unquote cup contenders and have NHL players, no shit, they're gonna fucking lose probably. The AHL team is probably gonna lose. I bet my shorts channel on our cup. Well, no, I hope you enjoy losing your shorts channel then, because we beat Leafs twice this season, and we beat Tampa a week ago. Wait, what? Oh yeah, Gabriel. Yeah, no, yeah, exactly. We've beaten the Leafs twice this season, and then exactly we beat Tampa a week ago. I actually forgot about that beating Tampa because just fucking I keep moving on to the next game. Who's the Russian offensive defenseman this year's draft that us and Lucas talked about? Fazio, I think it was that. I remember his name. It's on like the top of my tongue and the tip of my tongue, and I gotta load the mock draft again because I gotta find where he was. Was it not Quentin Musty? Was it Mikhail Guliev, something like that? Taking a sip, boys. Sorry. Y'all are such a sad excuse of a franchise to win. Why are you talking about Carolina like that, man? Why are you talking about the team who should have stayed in Hartford like that? Why are you talking about that, my guy? We could say that, but no, you're new here. You can't really say that about Carolina, my guy. What happened tonight is we finally performed what we actually currently look like on paper. Exactly, Gabriel. Exactly. We should not have been competing the way we've been competing since we lost Cole Caulfield. We should not have been competing this way, winning seemingly roughly half the games we've played since losing Cole Caulfield. It genuinely feels like that. Yeah, I like seriously. Who do we have out of the lineup? And this is excluding Harvey Pinard because I don't know if he's injured or if he's just Yeah. But yeah, Kirby Dach, he's hurt. Cole Caulfield is hurt. Josh Anderson is hurt. Jonathan Drouin, not Jonathan Drouin, Christian Dvorak, Caden Gooley, Sean Monahan, Arbor Jacki, Yoel Armia, Yuri Slavkovsky. All those guys are out with injuries. Harvey Pinarba's out tonight. David Savard actually is also out with injury. I don't think I mentioned him because I forgot to put his name in red on my little thing for the counting injuries or whatever. All these guys are currently out with injuries, or I don't know if Harvey Pinarba is just an illness day or whatever, but these guys are out of the lineup. Dach is a top 6 forward with how he's played this year. Caulfield is our goal scoring. Josh Anderson, second line power forward. Dvorak, third line center. Caden Gooley, top 4 defenseman. Sean Monahan, second line center. If Kirby Dach isn't here, more than likely a third line. It's middle 6 guy. Arbor Jacki, bottom pair, heart and soul type of guy. Yoel Armia. Well, I mean, Armia came back tonight. Whatever. Yeah, Armia came back tonight, so he's not here. I don't know why. I forgot to put his name in black. Slavkovsky, bottom 6 guy right now, just needs a few years of development. Harvey Pinard has turned into a legitimate middle 6 forward in his first real NHL season. Not even technically real NHL season. Barely played half the year. Less than half the year. I think 34 games. Someone can help me out there. 34 games, I think. And who else did I say? It was Savard. Top 4 defensive defenseman. We've lost a good portion of our depth to injuries. That is the only reason Carolina beat us tonight by the score at which it was. Guessing to take him. I mean, Faggio, I don't know if you guys want to ruin another defenseman, but we'll see. Here, if we hypothetically draft Bedard or any other center, is there even a point of acquiring Pierre-Luc Dubois? Yes, there is, Gabriel, because you can never have too much center depth or too much depth in general. You get Pierre-Luc Dubois from Winnipeg for, say, a third-round pick and a prospect, if that. That's perfect. That's perfect. If we somehow draft Connor Bedard, say, for example, somehow move up to draft a Bedard, you have a center core of Bedard, Suzuki, and then Dubois can move to the wing, for example, and your future third-line center should be Owen Beck, and then fourth-line center, if it's not Jake Evans, who I would keep Jake Evans, good face-off guy, good defensive guy, really solid on the PK. If only the fucking refs to start calling penalties that are taken against him, fucking, what was it, a cross-check and a high stick tonight in the same goddamn play? Yeah. But yeah, I think there's still a point of acquiring Pierre-Luc Dubois, Gabriel. I think, again, you can never have too much depth. And again, the salary cap. If the cap doesn't go up by $4 million this year and they take the big escrow payment, which is looking incredibly likely that they won't, after next season, the salary cap is projected to go up by $5 to $6 million. It's supposed to be near $90 million. And if you are going off that, acquiring Pierre-Luc Dubois and signing him to, say, a 7-year extension, for example, I'd assume it's 7 years. I don't know if we'd go the full 8 years, but say a 7-year deal for Pierre-Luc Dubois. You get Suzuki on the long-term deal as well. I think they expire the same year, actually, because I think this is the first year of his 8-year deal for Suzuki. You get Caulfield locked up for 7 years, for example. You lock up Caden Gooley, Connor Bedard when he's off his ELC, whatever. You've wound up all these guys. You lock up all these guys for the long-term future, and your salary cap when you're doing that, when you're locking up these guys and the cap is only 90, maybe 92, $93 million, and you're getting this stacked team that'll be better than a vast majority of the teams in the NHL right now, you're building a dynasty. And you're not getting to the salary cap, the top of the salary cap. Unless, of course, Farrell pans out to what he's supposed to be. Waugh, Mishak, what's his name? Logan Mailloux, Caden Gooley when you lock him up or whatever. Unless these guys are performing to their highest ability at the end of the LCs, which won't happen because these guys will be like 20, 21, maybe 22 off the LCs. Most of them, excuse me. You're going to be building a future dynasty. I'm calling it now. Montreal is the next best dynasty in the National Hockey League. It is going to be the next dynasty. You're not icing an AHL team just because you called up a few players. The Wind, again, I just recited all our injuries and all the players we've had to call up because of injuries. Yeah, we are absolutely an AHL team now. Rico Pick, I've not forgotten Caulfield was out because A, jersey, and B, I've missed him on the PP and the first line. Granted, Harvey Pinard and Dach have looked great on the top line when they've been here, but they're no Caulfield. Russian factor, so even if we make the playoffs, he's probably going to fall. Yeah, Faggio, I wouldn't put it past that. I wouldn't even put it past Matvei Mishkov to maybe to maybe fall hard, Matvey Mishkov. I don't see him falling to say the second round. Maybe not past like the middle first round, but he is gonna fall from where he's projected, I think, because of that Russian factor. How can you not just accept that y'all are trash and have been trash for years? Kansas have made the playoffs for 6 straight years. I didn't realize that the Carolina Hurricanes have won the Stanley Cup 6 straight years in a row. Clearly, that means that you're better than the Canadiens, right? Sorry, but in those 6 years, which one between the Canadiens and Hurricanes got to the Stanley Cup final again? Which one of us made the finals between us two? Dubois not leaving. Oh no, Rick Pick. He's absolutely leaving Winnipeg. Apparently, there's a 95% chance he ends up in Montreal, which I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Best scenario for us this offseason would be getting Bedard, obviously. Then after that, it would be getting Michkov and PLD. Gabriel, that would ensure our top 6 guaranteed, because then you'd have Caulfield, Suzuki, Farrell, Waugh, Dubois, Bedard, Michkov. You have potentially a top 9 of top 6 forwards. And then you probably have the best defensive core in the league. The only thing is your goaltender. Genuinely. Sam Montembeault, while he had a great game tonight, and he's been our best goaltender, hands down, far and away, again, our best goaltender this year, you want to get someone who you can guarantee to be the starter. Now, granted, Montembeault is, I think, 25, 26. So he is about to enter his prime. Goaltenders are usually more of a late 20s type of guy when they hit their prime. So Monty might be hitting his prime, and who knows, maybe he does end up being a starter in the NHL for the Canadiens. We'll see. And yeah, I think that if you can get someone like a Thomas Milak in, say, the 3rd, 4th round this year, granted he's an overager, so you might be able to get him in the 5th or 6th. If you can get someone like that, I'd be more than happy with that. And there's a possibility that him, Dobbs, Montembeault, one of those 3 guys can end up being our future starting goaltender. Oh, Rickle Pick, there's no way Bergeron wants to come to Montreal. He rejected a deal from us last year, and apparently when Jeff I think it was Ken Hughes talked about this when he was Bergeron's agent back in like 2007, 2008, whenever he was coming off his ELC. He talked on the Knuckles podcast, Knuckles Island podcast, that or the Bare Knuckles podcast, I guess, if you will, that he wanted to bring Bergeron to Montreal because Montreal was willing to pay him more, but Bergeron took a massive not massive, but a pretty good pay cut to remain in Boston. And if he's done that then, and he did that recently, he's staying in Boston. So yeah, Bergeron is a Bruin for life. The only reason he doesn't sign with the team is if Boston doesn't want to bring him back, which obviously I'm sure they do. But yeah, no, Rickle Pick, there's no way we're gonna get Bergeron. Damn, Canadians are trash. Well, then again, you're the Hurricanes fan. You're the Hartford Whalers fans coming in here, and yeah, I mean, I think that shows how really good the Hartford Whalers fan base is. Did some lottery sims on Tankathon today. It took like 5 minutes and was able to get the Habs first overall pick and Florida's pick at 4th. We can rig it. We can always pay Gary Bettman. We have unlimited money, basically. Apparently, there's a rumor Gordon would possibly... No, Gabriel, there's no way he's leaving Montreal, especially not this early. I think eventually he'll consider it. I think 4 or 5 years down the line is when he'd consider leaving to get a general manager spot again, because I think he was the former... Was he the former president, or I think he was the GM of the Rangers, not the president of Hockey Ops. Sorry, what was your second? If you're liking the stream, hit that like button, because I almost cut my lip on the fucking soda can, and that would not have been pretty. That would not have been good. That wouldn't have been bad. But yeah, I don't think Gordon leaves right now. I think eventually he does, probably, like I said, 4 or 5 years from now to take on a general manager's job. But I think he wants to help build this team up before he leaves. 30 years no cup, brother. How does it feel? Well, the wind, at least we have multiple Stanley Cups. How does it feel only having one Stanley Cup and knowing that it took beating the worst Canadian franchise to get that cup? Who've the Canadians beaten? LA. We've beaten Wayne Gretzky. We've beaten the Calgary Flames. We've beaten the Boston Bruins, I'm pretty sure, a couple times. We've beaten actual good teams to get to a Stanley Cup. Wow. I don't know if Ken Hughes has that big of balls to pick Michkov. Faggio, obviously not a first overall, but at, say, Florida's pick, if that stays, I think it'd be like 15th right now, and he's still there, I think there's a chance. I think there's a chance. Is this guy theirs, or is this mean to make fun of him? I'm starting to feel bad. No, the win. I'm here, man. I'm here, man. I mean, fuck. Again, you're the Hartford Whalers fans who are coming by. So like, come on, man. Come on. This Canes team right now is better than any Habs team in the next 50 years. I'm sure it is, Noah, which is clearly why you've won a Stanley Cup in the last decade and been to a Stanley Cup final in the last decade. Fazio, he did pick Slav over Wright, who was the consensus number one. That is true, Fazio, exactly. Wright has attitude issues and had a bad interview for the Canadiens, obviously. And Slavkovsky had what we wanted at the time. Sorry, what was your second? All right, thank you, guys. Rebrand to the Nordiques. Yes, Rico pick. Clearly the Boston Bruins will rebrand to the Nordiques. Clearly. Sorry. Drafting Michkov wouldn't necessarily be ballsy because he's a generational goal scorer. It's just the Russian factor. Exactly, Gabriel. It's the Russian factor that, and there's two. One might not be allowed to defect. Look at the fucking Flyers goaltender, Flyers Russian goaltender that wasn't allowed to leave because he had that 1 year of Russian military service to serve, and I think he's still doing that. I think he's doing that right now. I don't know if every Russian hockey player, it might just be that plays for that like government-owned team. I don't know if Michkov does play for it. I don't know if SK St. Petersburg is a government-owned team or whatever, but there's a Russian factor of one, might not be able to leave, two, might not want to leave, and three, does he even pan out? There's always that risk with draft picks of do they pan out or not. Obviously, Connor Bedard is one of the few guys that there is no risk that he busts because it's fucking Connor Bedard. He's going to be the best player in the National Hockey League in the next 3 years. Shut up, phone. I'm not talking to you. Shut up. I'm not. My phone is pinging. I gotta try and find a way to turn off my my notifications. I keep forgetting to turn them off before streams. I don't know how loud it is. How guys you hear the ping, but if you guys can hear it, let me know. I'll turn off my notifications. But yeah, Michkov again. There's always that issue that he doesn't pan out or that he doesn't want to come over. That he gets paid more than Russia to stay in the KHL. But if we're talking like a mid first round pick, like if Florida's pick, say they make the playoffs and are out in the first round, for example, that's a 17th, 18th pick, and somehow Michkov falls that hard to get there, falls hard to get to that Florida pick, I don't think there's that much of a risk of taking him there. Because even if he doesn't come to the NHL or if he just isn't allowed to, people will understand, hey, Montreal's a dynasty already. Michkov would help, sure, but they're a dynasty already, probably 4 or 5 years from now when it's like, oh yeah, he's not coming or blah, 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 whatever. Michkov help. And he's a great goal scorer. It's understood why they drafted him. There's always that. And exactly, Fazio. The Russian factor is what makes Michkov, I think, a risky pick for most people. I'm trying to improve the I'm trying to get the gain up just a little bit. He forgot the Broad Street Bully Flyers. That is true, real quick. I forgot about that. Yeah. Holy cow, Noah's happy that his team can be an eliminated team but can't be any team in the playoffs. Exactly, Kat. Exactly. Like, here's the funny thing is that Carolina is going out in the first round to the New York Islanders. There is a 0% chance that the Canes get to the fucking Cup Finals. There is a 0% chance that the Canes get to the Stanley Cup Final. It's fucking hilarious. It's hilarious how many of these cocky Hartford Whaler fans there are that think, oh, our team is second best in the East. We're second best to the Boston Bruins. We're obviously going to make the Cup Final when Boston has a better chance than you. Fucking Toronto, who hasn't won a Stanley Cup in almost 50 years, hasn't gotten out of the first round in almost 20. They have a better chance to make it out of the first round than you. They have a better chance to get to a Cup Final over you. Hartford Whalers fans are probably some of the worst fans in the National Hockey League, and they are absolutely the most annoying fan base. They're the least funny. They don't know how to meme. Again, they're incredibly disrespectful. They're incredibly unclassy. Granted, they're not New Jersey where they throw bottles on the ice, and they're not Philadelphia where they'll throw bracelets on the ice because your owner died and wham, we're losing a game. But they're fucking cocky, and they have no reason to be because they have not done shit since 2006. Montreal's made the Cup Finals more recently. We've done more than them. For a team that's made the Stanley Cup playoffs, I was going to say the Cup playoffs, the Stanley Cup playoffs, 6 straight years now, that's one fucking silent fan base. That is one silent fan base over in Hartford. That's funny. Exactly, yeah, not number one, but it's second overall. Yeah, Gabriel, if we had second overall, Adam Fantilli's going to bust. So there's no point in picking him. I would go Connor Bedard 1, Matt Vishkov 2nd overall. And here's the thing. If, for whatever reason, I do a mock draft, which I'm still contemplating if I want to, I probably won't. But if I do, I don't know if I'd want to rank it based off where I think guys go or who I think will be the best players of the draft just off the first round talent, for example. Because if I'm doing it based off who I think will be the best talents, it's Bedard 1, Michkov 2, and then Fantilli's at like 32. Actually, no, he's probably like 29, 28 because he's at least given games in the NHL. Probably. But for me, but then if we're doing a drafting of like, where I think guys will go, Michkov probably does fall to like 9 or 10 just because, again, the Russian factor. And like Gabriel said, when GMs talk to Michkov, they're going to sort a lot of this out more than likely. It's going to be like, hey, do you want to come to the NHL? Do you want to play for our team if we draft you? And will you be allowed to leave? It's going to be like, do you want to come over to the NHL? Do you want to play for us? Again, will you want to leave? And how good are you? How good do you really think you are? And then, of course, the obligatory, how tall would a draft be if he had fucking stilts or whatever weird psychological questions they ask the players. Because there's always those weird-ass questions. What was it last year? Like, how fast would you run if you were in your fucking boxers only or something like that? They're asking players questions like that at the compound. The Hurricanes won after losing to Detroit, Boston, and Tampa. Two of those teams are in the playoffs, and yet you can't beat a player. Exactly, Kat. They can't beat Boston and Tampa, who, if they somehow do beat the Islanders in the second round, they have to face the winner of, I think it's Jersey and the Rangers, because that series is almost guaranteed at this point. Jersey and the Rangers. If they're somehow able to get out past one of those teams, they're not getting past Boston, Tampa, or Toronto. They are not getting past whatever team they face in the Eastern Conference Finals. Genuinely, that is as far as the Hurricanes go, is the Eastern Conference Finals. And even then, it would take a fucking miracle for them to even get there. That's how much, like, the Hurricanes are probably the most overrated team in the National Hockey League. They haven't done shit with their 6-year playoff streak. I think it's 7. I forget what the fuck did that one Whalers fan say? 6 years? I don't even know. I'm not even listening because fucking who gives a shit about Hurricanes fans? No one fucking likes Carolina. Go back to Hartford. But yeah, 7 years, whatever it is. They've done shit. Montreal, in 1 year of getting to the playoffs, made it to the Stanley Cup Finals. We've done what the Carolina Hurricanes couldn't do. And yet Carolina thinks they own Montreal because, we beat you when you're not a playoff team, when you're icing an AHL roster, because we overpaid with a first and a third for Spray Kotkaniemi, then overpaid him by like $3.5 million. Oh God, go back to Hartford. We don't need this. We can't spend this much money. Like, oh no, Sebastian Aho wants $9 million. He's gonna bankrupt our franchise. It's like, come the fuck on. Come on. Like, fucking seriously. Like, you're a team that can barely afford to pay Sebastian Aho the $8 million that we were offer sheeting him. Sebastian Aho wanted to play for Montreal. That is why he signed that offer sheet. No one wants to go to Carolina. Look at who's in Carolina right now. Who is it? Jesse Puljujarvi. 0 points in 9 games. And why is he there? Because he was traded there. Jesperi Kotkaniemi signed an offer sheet because he's fucking stupid. Stefan Nason on your second line. Realistically, he's a fourth liner. Jack Drury actually played where he should be. Third line. Jordan Staal, washed. Jesper Fast, fourth line. Seth Jarvis, underperforming. Paul Stastny, washed. Derek Stepan, washed. All right. Brent Burns was traded there. Chatfield, pretty sure was traded there. Gostisbehere was traded there. Slavin, Skjei, and Pesce brainwashed into liking Carolina. The only reason that you have these guys, and again, like Gabriel said, was because you gave Kotkaniemi $6 million. You gave this guy $6 million. Gave up a first and a third for him. We went out and as a result got a real third-line center and Christian Dvorak, got Juraj and might end up with Connor Bedard. So thank you, Carolina, for giving us a future dynasty by taking Jesperi Kotkaniemi off our hands. Noah, you're fucking retarded. I don't know what else to say. You're fucking retarded, my guy. I think Michkov goes inside the top 3. Gabriel, yeah, I think there's a good chance. I be surprised to see a team take him as early as 3rd? Yeah, no, I wouldn't be surprised to see that. Would I be surprised if he falls past 15? Yes. I think once you get to the middle first round like that and a guy falls from projection of the top 5 to 15, that's when you should take him. Cole Caulfield was taken at 15th by the Canadiens, projected 6th, 7th overall. He fell hard because of his size. If Michkov falls because of the Russian factor and he wants to play for the NHL, and he wants to play in the NHL, wants to play for the Canadiens or whoever is picking around that middle round pick, and if they've interviewed him, you go for him. You absolutely go for him if he somehow falls to that stage. The only playoff team they can beat that I see is Toronto in the past 10 games. Well, I mean, then again, Kat, it's also Toronto in the regular season, so yeah. Well, no, at least the Oilers can get to the conference finals with their superstar players. You guys just have a bunch of overrated bums, my guy. Exactly, Gabriel. I think he misspelled overrated when he was typing that Canes comment. I think he misspelled overrated for sure. Puljujarvi is awful. Exactly, Noah. Puljujarvi is somehow still also your best player. Cookie and I only signed exactly, Gabriel. He only signed the offer sheet because he knew he was worth way less. Yeah, Noah, you're dumb. Shut up. Exactly. The adults are talking, Cat. Exactly. Noah, the adults are talking. When you've grown up in about 15 years, when you're 18, then you can come back to the channel. But for now, let the adults talk and, go back to Hartford. Yeah. You're not getting Michkov. Stop dreaming against a mid prospect. No, that'd be whoever the Hurricanes draft. Seth Jarvis. Yeah, remember when you traded for Patrick Marleau and then Marleau said, I'm not playing for Carolina, so you fucking bought him out? Yeah, that feeling when superstar players, real superstars, don't want to play for the Carolina Hurricanes. Yeah. If he falls to, let's say, 10th, then we know... Gabriel, I don't know if I'd say, because he falls to 10th, we know that he's staying in Russia. I don't know if I'd say that's a guarantee. Because, again, there's always those teams that while they might know a player, like, okay, Michkov should be there at 10th, for example. We should be able to take him, or say at 4th or 5th, for example. There's always going to be those doubts that GMs always have where it's like, okay, well, I mean, we could be risky and pick a guy who should score 40, 50 goals at his prime, maybe 60, have a career of 60 goals. Or we can go with this guy who's like Garrett, who's like should score 60 points. He's a guarantee to come to North America or already be in North America, and they want to go with the safer option. Like, for example, again, with Cole Caulfield, look at him, for example, or smaller players in general. They always fall because of their size, so they're technically seen as a riskier pick. Now, granted, obviously, it's not the same where, okay, small boy or can't leave the country because of the fucking government. There's always the different scenarios there. But still, it's in the same ballpark of they fall because of factors that technically aren't out of their control, really. They might say, again, with Lane Hudson, as an example, he's a small guy who's getting taller, told GMs that he was going to get taller, and they passed on him for safer options. Montreal took the risk on him. A team, just because Matvei Michkov might end up falling to, say, 10th overall, doesn't guarantee that he is staying in Russia. Teams might just want to be taking the safer pick over Matvei Michkov. Randy, when a guy makes 47 saves on 50 shots, no, bull's not bull, my guy. I think you're just biased against Sam Montembeault for some dumb reason. Carolina Hurricanes used to be the Hartford Whalers. Exactly, Kat. Exactly. Noah claims he knows puck and then doesn't know his own team. All right. Before the game, Jacob Dobes. Finally, we're getting to the before the game stuff. Jacob Dobes or Jacob Dobes, something like that. Some people told me it's like a very European way of saying it. I'm gonna say Dobes. I'm gonna say Dubs because Jacob Dubs gets the dubs. But Jacob Dubs has signed a 2-year ELC. He is our prospect goaltender. I believe he was selected. I'm gonna look up real quick just to make sure I'm not wrong, but I believe 5th round in 2020. I was gonna say 2021. 5th round in 2021. He's 6'5", 197 pounds. He's from the Czech Republic. He's apparently in the AHL. He didn't play tonight. Laval did apparently play tonight. And I believe they did win. Playing this year with Ohio State in the Big Ten. He played 40 games with a 21-16-3 record, 2.31 goals against average, and a 918 save percentage. So looks very promising. Glad to see that he's on a 2-year ELC, and hopefully he plays well. If you don't even know your own team history, you shouldn't be talking, or especially talking crap. I would say, exactly, Kat, exactly. You can't be talking shit to some guy if you don't even know your own team and you don't know your own team history. Raphael Hartford was out for today. Yorlan Mia comes back after being out due to an injury for roughly just over a month, I want to say. Burns in the opening minute gets a good chance. Montembeault saves that. Stepan gets tripped up. There's no penalty on the play. That's always good to see. Kane's pressure. There's some good shots there. Habs weren't able to get much. Gurianov has a good speed off of a Burns turnover. Surprisingly, wouldn't see many of those in the game. Neither Burns turnovers or Gurianov getting good speed. Shots were 5-1 Hurricanes 5 minutes into the game. Gurianov gets the first Habs shot of the game. I should say not first shot of the game, but you know what I meant. Then it's 1-0 Hurricanes. There's some extended pressure. They're shooting the puck around. Eventually, it leads to Jacob Slavin. If you had Jarvis on your team, you would call him the next Mo Rice Richard. We might call him the next Mo Rice Richard, but he definitely wouldn't be the next Maurice Richard. That's for damn sure. And it's 1-0 Hurricanes again. Slavin gets a goal on a good look through traffic. Monty had zero chance on goal. There was about 4 or 5 guys who were screening Montembeault. It's 1-0 Hurricanes. Shots were 10-1 for the Canes at this stage. Canes, Habs couldn't get anything. First commercial break comes 9 minutes into the first period. Habs and try to break in. There's a good chance for Hoffman, but there's nothing towards the net. That's how much you overrate your prospects. Nah, Noah. I mean, given that you just said, Jay, you said the other stream that Seth Jarvis is better than Cole Caulfield. I think that's how retarded that Hartford Whalers fans are, my guy. So thank you very much. Canadiens, again, tried to break in. Canes go back the other way. There's some good shots. They were looking for deflection. Shots were 13-2 Canes with 9 to play. Hurricanes get more extended pressure. Habs aren't able to get out of their own zone. Stefan Nason gets a chance looking for some loose pucks. Pitlick's line looked like shit. Gurianov then finally gets out of the zone. He had some speed. There's a shot from the blue line right on net. Ronta holds. Go to commercial. Martinuk then went to the box earlier. Oh, he went to the back, is what I meant to say. He went to the back earlier. He would come back into the game. He was not hurt. Seemed like it was just something that shook him up. Habs pushed with 5 minutes left. The top line was out there trying to tie. There's a good chance for Gallagher. That's tipped just wide of the net. Canes go back the other way. Jordan Stahl's line was working out there. A couple stray shots on net. Habs in the final minute were hemmed in their own zone. Canes get one final shot. Speaking of which, are 18-5 for the Hurricanes. Just a 1-0 lead after 20 minutes of play. Habs start the second period out strong. There's some good pressure. Matheson goes off the post, off a great turnover. Follow-up try is then just wide of the net as the Canes pressure. If you're enjoying what you're hearing and or seeing, by the way, boyos, hit that like button. Much appreciated. Canes go back the other way. The Burns dekes out Duran with a good chance. Habs go back the other way. Pesce then boards Evans. No call. Duran sets up Ullinen with a really solid chance. No goal on the follow-up. Ronta also saves that one. Canes pressure 6 minutes in. The Habs line was stuck out there for a minute 30 plus. Harris then gets a great stick to stop a wide open net shot. While Weidman nearly puts a puck in his net trying to give it to Montembeault. It was not much of a risk, but Monty does hold. You don't see that often where Weidman purposefully puts the puck near the goaltender that he holds so the Habs can get a line change. Smart play there. Canadiens trying to just mount something, get something going. Canes pressure again. Burns and Slavin are driving pucks to the net. Canes just staying on the puck. Stall break finds the net. There's a stall break. He's in the zone. Shot is wide. Canes then with some more shots on Montembeault. And the Canes, like I said, kept pressuring. Monty was the only reason the Canadiens were in this game. Then it's 2-0 Carolina. Burns from the blue line with a shot. That gets tipped in by Paul Stastny for the 2-0 Canes lead. I put they've won this game at this point because I thought that there was no way with the remaining time we were going to get enough shots or actual goals. That we would be able to get the win. But if anything, that would help us. But again, it's 2-0. We were not able to defend at this stage. Canadiens getting a couple small chances looking for the 1-1 tie game. Pizzetta gets checked from behind. Pizzetta gives a check from behind. That's not called. Then the Canadiens surprisingly go to the power play. Skjei is called for a cross check on Pizzetta. Habs suck. Canes clear it easily. I don't know if that really should have been a penalty, given that, again, Pizzetta had given a cross check right before. But either way, I will gladly take the power play. I will take the potential injuries to the Hartford Whalers. That's a joke, YouTube. That's a joke. That's a joke. Habs are 0-1 on the power play, as the Canes, like I said, able to clear it easily. Well, Habs suck. Given that your name is Habs suck, clearly you're the one that's fucking dumb because you're a Leafs fan. Enjoy the first round exit at the hands of the Lightning for the second straight year, my guy. Series lead was 3-1. All right, so Habs then go to the PK. Evans gets called for cross-checking Kotkaniemi. That was a weird penalty because Evans doesn't cross-check Kotkaniemi. A trip, maybe, but it's a power play for the Canes. And they then score on a delayed penalty as Kovacevic was bitching to the refs that he was getting called for a trip. My word to Kovacevic, shut the fuck up and do your job and defend. So it's a 2-0. Aho is found. It's in the back of the net. Monty, again, can do nothing really on that play. There's nothing he can do except try to save the puck, which he tries, but just what are you going to do there? You either stay with this guy hoping he shoots and then fucking hope he doesn't pass. And if you overcommit, this guy potentially has a wide open net, a 2-0, very rarely being able to be saved. But yeah, 3-0 Canes lead. Habs are 0-1 on the PK tonight. Leafs, my guy. Leafs are not winning the cup. You got to get out of the first round first, my guy. Enjoy these, 14th straight year of not making it past the first round? What is it, something like that? But again, Canes are back on the power play. Kovacevic is called for the tripping. That's when they made it 3-0. Canes aren't able to get much. Habs able to clear. Canes just kind of doing what they can to try and get a goal. But we are 1 for 2 on the we are 1 for 2 on the PK tonight. Canes trying to get whatever they can for the lead, for the extended lead, but not able to. Habs go to the power play with 15 seconds left in the second period. Kotkaniemi is called for roughing. Habs couldn't get anything. We have 1:45 of power play time to start the second period. Good for the tank, but could have been a better game. Could have scored at least a damn goal. I hate losing, being a lifelong. Oh, Dean, I get that absolutely, my guy. I hate losing as well. Even though, like, obviously, like, I'm a Canadiens fan, so I want them to win. I'm fine with losing right now because, like you said, it's good for the tank, and we know that it ensures the future of the Canadiens because we aren't trying to lose. We're trying to win games, and when we end up losing, it's because the other team just simply outplayed us most nights. So like it's pretty good for the tank, my guy. Cat, I can't say that type of shit on stream. Unfortunately, I can't say that without YouTube suppressing my streams. So, unfortunately, I have to skip them right now, my guy. Fortunately, I have to. Well, no, I know it doesn't feel great to be a Hartford Whalers fan. It doesn't feel good to be a Hartford Whalers fan. Sharks beating Arizona right now at this point. I'd rather Arizona keep winning so we guarantee finish 5th last than for San Jose to win again. I don't know, Gabriel. I don't know. At this point, Gabriel, I feel like I'd rather the Sharks win because I don't want Bedard going to a hellhole in San Jose. So yeah. No, Kat, I was holding back the laughter. I was trying not to laugh. God damn it, boy. I was trying not to laugh. I'm good. I'm decent at holding my laughter in when I'm really concentrated on something that I really wanted, that I'm really trying to do, like the game recap. So while I'm thinking in my head, oh my God, Kat, that's fucking funny. Please don't keep it up. You're gonna make me laugh. Thankfully, I was able to suppress it, but thank you. It is getting an inside chuckle from myself, though. So thank you, and I will give you a there we go. Leafs are clowns and a boring-ass team. Exactly, Dean. Leafs are clowns, boring-ass team, and the Whalers should never move from Hartford. I think we can both agree on that. And goddamn, Cat. Boyard, please don't get the stream taken down. Shots are 36-9 for the Whalers after the second period, and they have a 3-0 lead as well. Habs aren't able to find much in the power play. Armia gets a good chance. Canes pressure, though, almost as if they're on the power play because, wow, who would have thought? The refs give the Canadiens a power play with not much time left in the second. The Canes are going to adapt. Who would have thought? Habs are 0 for 2 on the power play tonight. Canadiens then with some attempts at shots on the net, but there's nothing major. Canes in control again. Canes with more chances. There's no real shots yet, but there's a couple looks on net. Habs back the other way. Kane's in pressure after maybe 30 seconds of ice time or of zone time for the Habs. Habs tried to stir up something. KK was booed whenever he touched the puck. Habs off a turnover, tried to rush. Drouin actually set up a decent chance. Matheson has a screen in front, but he's not able to put it home. Puyarvi gets Carolina's 40th, almost 40th straight shot. The shots were 9-0 Canadiens, and then the Canes just scored 40 straight, or they had 40 straight shots. But no, gets Carolina's 40th shot of the game in general. Evans then takes a cross check from behind, then a high stick. Neither are called because the Carolina Hurricanes, they don't take penalties. I have family in Toronto who are Leafs fans. I will call them again this year and gonna have fun. Let's go, Dean. Doing his part as a Canadiens fan. Let's go, Dean. Hell yeah. Respect, my good sir. Evans goes to the back. Thankfully, would come back with about 3 minutes left, so it wasn't anything major. Thankfully, was not bad. Was not that bad where he had to leave the game. He only left briefly and came back. But knowing Evans, he's probably out for the rest of the year because that's been our luck this season. That's just been our luck where, he takes a high stick and he's out for the rest of the year because why wouldn't he be? But, sorry guys. I'm just going to look up the Canadiens, if I can find the Canadiens Twitter, because I want to see if somehow there is a thing that has been posted. Maybe we'll get some updates. I doubt it, but we'll see. Yes, sir, true. It's not the Canes, but it's also not the Kansas because it is the Hartford Whalers, Cat. Yeah, there we go. Yes, it is not Kansas. Yep, there we go, boys. So, I want to tell you, we get an update. Defenseman David Savard will miss the remainder of the season due to a knee injury. Fucking Joe. Yeah, there we go, boys. We are... Yeah, God, that is... Yep, so David Savard will miss the rest of the season. He is our best shot-blocking defenseman. That sucks. Yeah, we have, again, David Savard missing the rest of the season now. I'm expecting the Jake Evans announcement to be before the next game, which is Tuesday. Goddamn. I'm from Toronto. Me and my mom are the only ones who aren't Leafs fans. Uncle's a Bruins fan. The rest are diehard Leafs fans. Gabriel, your family sounds like hell. Your family sounds like hell to be with. What a shocker. Exactly, Gabriel. What a shocker. Like 8 Habs are shut down for the season now. Who would have thought? No, it's Hartford. My cousin sent me a Leafs cap for Christmas last year. I was kind and gave it to my friend who's a Leafs fan. I made a spell on it and Leafs lost in 7 versus Tampa. Let's go, Dean. Hell yeah, let's go. I've seen lots of players get injured in a season. I've never seen this many players on one team in one season get injured. Many players on one team in one season get injured for the rest of the season. Yeah, Gabriel, I've only been watching hockey for about 7 years at this point. And because 15-16 was my first season, I think. So, about 7-8 years now. I've never seen this either. I've never seen this. Like, legitimately. I think the closest we've gotten was that one year that Pittsburgh lost like 5 straight guys. That one year that Pittsburgh lost like 5 guys. And then just... Yeah, exactly, Kat. Or when Vegas went through 5 or 6 goaltenders. Granted, Vegas has had injury problems too. I've never seen anything like Montreal the last 2 years. Now, granted, again, a lot of these things are, the Evans thing tonight, Savard, Anderson's fucking spiel with Sergachev, whatever that is. And, I haven't seen this many just injuries. Like, I just haven't seen just this many injuries to this many different players to send them out for the rest of the year. I've never seen this. And I do think maybe a couple of these guys, like David Savard, for example, maybe could come back for the last game or two if he really, really wanted to. Caden Gooley maybe could have played the last game or two. I think there's that partial. There's partially that, where some players maybe could play the last couple games, but I do think at this point it is probably better to just shut down. I think it's better to just shut down a lot of these guys and just kind of reset for next year, basically. I think it's kind of just better to let them rest up. That's why we shut down Cole Caulfield so early in the season. What was it, 35 games in, 31 games, something like that? We shut him down. Well, he could have kept playing, and he could have probably scored 40 goals before he got sat out. It's better to shut him down for this year and make sure he's fully healthy for next year, where he can probably score 50 goals. So, yeah. Gabriel can't spiel. Well, you know what, Gabriel? You know what, Noah? You can't spell. Habs just want to lose more games so they get a better draft pick. Yeah, Z, I'd probably say at that point. I bet the Rangers will reach the cup this year. Z, I don't know about that. Z. I don't know if I'd say that the Rangers will be able to reach the cup this year. I think it's just more so a case of them going to be running into a team like a Boston or the Islanders or even fucking Colorado if they do get to the Cup Finals. Well, they might be able to get to the Cup Finals. I can't see them winning at all. I can't see that at all happening. No, I just read that. Hey, Harry, since we are out of the playoffs, do you want Habs to keep winning or lose and have the best pick in the top 5? Well, Dean, given that we can't really fall below the bottom 4, like we can't get past Anaheim, San Jose, Columbus, and Phoenix. Given that we can't really get to those teams because I think they're like 10 points back of us. I'd rather us keep winning at this point, honestly. The worst I think you can pick at this point is basically 6th or 7th before the draft lottery. So I'd rather us just win and just I'd rather us just keep winning or just try to win every game and just develop the winning culture, because you're going to want to have that. You don't want to be stuck in a Toronto situation where, you have a great team, but you can't win when it matters most, or a Carolina where, you can win, but again, can't get to the Cup Finals worth your life. So, I'd rather develop that winning culture and just, do what you have to do to win, but also draft smart. The best teams in the NHL, look at the Penguins dynasty, the Blackhawks, the Kings, even Tampa's recent sort of dynasty. They didn't win cups simply based off of drafting first overall, 5 or 6 straight years. They won cups based off drafting smart, drafting who fits their system, drafting gems in the 2nd, 3rd, 4th round. Braden Point was a 3rd round pick. Nikita Kucherov, many people forget this, was a 2nd round pick the year he was drafted. Sorry, but I'm going to take a quick sip of Pepsi. There we go. Oh, God. Yeah. But yeah. Sorry, what was I going on about? Yeah, Nikita Kucherov was a 2nd round pick, for example. Just with Tampa, looking at them. Pittsburgh, granted, he was traded for, but Patrick Hornqvist was the last pick of 2005. You need to, yeah, exactly. Kevin Bieksa, 7th round pick. Well, he didn't necessarily win a cup with any of the dynasties, but you need those gems. You need Elaine Hudson in the 2nd round. Say he pans out, say a Jacob Dobes in the 5th round, a Raphael Harvey-Pinard in the 7th round. You need to find these gems, these guys who can come into the NHL, play well, and help out your team for the future. You're not going to simply win Stanley Cups and potentially become a dynasty just by having, 3, 4, 5 first round picks every year. Yeah, granted, it probably helps, but still, you need those gems, because not every first round pick is going to pan out. Not every first round pick will be on your team when you want to be a cup winner. Not every first round pick that you have will always fit your structure or fit your team. You're going to want to go out and just kind of, like I said, draft as best as you can, and also, get those gems and develop players in a proper manner. That's why we got a Logan Mailloux at 31st. That's why we got Owen Beck and Philip Mazar and Lane Hudson in this draft. That's why we did as good as we could. John, no, unfortunately, BX never did win a cup with the Ducks, and I'll get back to the rest of your comments, by the way. Sorry, boys, but this is an easy one. But yeah, no, BX never won a cup with the Ducks. He was with the Canucks. That rhymed. He was with the Canucks in 07. At least I'm pretty sure he was with the Canucks in 07 when the Ducks won the cup. And then by the time he had joined Anaheim, they had been out of the cup conversation for about a decade, unfortunately. Would have been nice to see him win a cup, but unfortunately never did win. Noah, Kat is not a Toronto fan. She's a very smart, intelligent Canadiens fan. Noah, I doubt you have more subscribers than me, my guy. All right, Noah, no. Go to his channel. He has no videos, and of course, 0 subscribers. I'm sure he hides the subscribers. And even looking on, even looking on like this other channel that he seems to be somewhat, somewhat like, I don't know if this was his or not, but the featured channel, 270 subscribers, genuinely hilarious. This dude has L Riz negativity, Riz, and just he's a little kid. He's a Hartford fan and then he's stupid. I hate seeing the Habs lose, but maybe it's for the best. Dean, it might be, but again, like I don't know if we can fall very far compared to like I said, the Anaheim, San Jose, Chicago, and Arizona. Because they're like we have like 10 points on them, and I doubt they can win 5 of the remaining. I think 6, 7, or 8 games left. I doubt it. So yeah. Canucks are 7th, yeah. There's some debate about Canucks and Philly. Canucks are 8th, Philly in 7th has 71 points. Okay, thank you. So yeah, even with Philadelphia, we need to catch them with like 5 points, for example. We'd have to win 3 of our last 5 games. And I don't know if I see that happening. W. Riz Harry, thank you, boy. I appreciate it, my guy. Thank you very much. Risley Bear, hell yeah, Gabriel. We can slide to Bedard and win the draft. That is true, Dean. We could always win the draft lottery for the 2nd straight year and get Connor Bedard. There's always that possibility. I don't know if it does happen. I'd love to see it happen. I don't know if it does, but it'd be funny. Exactly, Dean. Just getting hopes up. Not every team each year who goes last in the standings exactly wins the draft. Exactly, Dean. We were lucky enough last year that we were able to do so. And who knows? Maybe finishing 5th is our lucky key this year. Maybe it would have been finishing 4th. Maybe if we jumped to 7th or 8th, would have been good. We'll see. I hope that the Canadiens do somehow manage to win the draft lottery, but we'll see. All right, boys, again. All right, God, where am I? We already got the Hurricanes' 40th shot of the game. I don't know. I got a crazy weird feeling about Detroit somehow getting first overall. Probably won't happen. Gabriel, I hope it doesn't, simply because I would not want him to be stuck in hell. Yeah. Oh God, yeah. So Matheson was very noticeable whenever he was on the puck in a very good way. He was always trying to drive play, always trying to find a smart pass, always trying to find a lane open. Matheson was very, very smart on the puck tonight. I thought he actually had a pretty good game. Canes were keeping the Habs off of getting shots though. And like I said, Evans got a cross check from behind and then a high stick. Neither were called. The Carolina Hurricanes are going strong. Canadians try to get something. Hurricanes go the other way. A great stop by Monty as he was kind of falling over. He was able to get able to glove a shot out of midair. Then we got a scrum. Weidman, high stick, Nason. Nobody on the Whalers liked that for some reason. Nothing would come out of it. Habs then go to the power play, surprisingly. It is Jordan Stahl called for hooking Farrell. Habs try to push. There's nothing on net. It is 0 for 3 on the power play. Her Saints were in control in the dying minutes. Fans were booing the Canadians. And it wasn't because of the season. Everybody knew we were in a rebuild. It's because of how piss poor and boring this game was. We allowed 50 shots in this game. We allowed 50 shots. The Canes scored on 3 of them. We had 14 all game. Like I said, this has been a god-awful game. The boredom is done. Final score 3-0 for the Hartford Whalers and 50-14 for the Hartford Whalers are your final shots. Monty is the easy first star of this game. 47 saves on 50 shots. Montembeault had his best performance of the year, I will argue. Absolutely had his best performance this year, maybe as a Canadian. I think Montembeault, again, is the easy first star of this game. There were so many shots that if Jake Allen is in net, this game ends 9-0. I guaranteed. There's people who come to my streams and they're like, "Oh, Jake Allen's the best. Jake Allen's so much better. Jake Allen's so much better." Blah 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 blah. It's all horse shit. Sam Montembeault is absolutely the starter for this year, the rest of the year, going forward for next year and the year after. He is absolutely the starting goaltender. Gabriel, look at all 4 scores tonight. All right, NHL games tonight. I'll do that for you. Where the hell is it? San Jose and Coyotes. So Kyle Krishkulo, Noah Gregoire, and Jacob Pedersen. I know 2 of those guys, and then I don't know Kyle. JJ Moser. Let's go, baby. I love JJ Moser. What do you think about Jacob Dubs? Dean, it's a W. I really like Jacob Dubs. He seems like a really nice, slender, lean goaltender. I like that he's 6'5" and less than 200 pounds. That means he should be fairly agile, should be fairly quick. Has had some good seasons in college. I actually don't know if Jacob Dubs played tonight in Laval because I just realized it's, I think, a back-to-back. And yeah, so he probably would have gotten the game, but Hockey DB might have just not been updated yet. But yeah, I like Jacob Dubs. I think at the very least he should be a very solid fringe starter. I could see him potentially being a future starter in the NHL. But I like the Dub man. He's a W. He's a dub. Not no, we don't hate our own team. We have such high expectations of them that we actually expect them to compete every night. So unlike the Canes, when they get blown out 6-0, for example, their fans are probably standing up cheering because they're like, yeah, we didn't get blown out. Absolutely, we didn't get fucking blown out. We got shots on net. We got 38 shots and lost the game 6-0. Let's go, boys. Hartford Whalers, we're the best. They're fucking brain dead fan base. Doesn't realize that they fucking suck. Exactly, Gabriel. I mean, the very few fans that they do have, all four of them, when they're in the building. Exactly. Dean, yeah, do best. I've heard like doobies, like I've heard like do best, jobe, something like that. I've heard like 18 different pronunciations for Jacob Dubs. I'm calling him Dubs because he's gonna get dubs in the NHL. If you ask me, I think he's gonna get some W's. All right. I might as well, because why not? We're here. I'll give the final Canadian stats after this game, read any last comments in the chat, and then we'll work our way to the outro. Nick Suzuki leads the Canadiens with 23 goals, 38 assists, 61 points. Kirby Dach, who's out for the rest of the year, 14 goals, 25 assists for 39 points. Just a reminder, Nick Suzuki, one of the most underrated players in the NHL right now, 61 points playing with guys like Yoel Armia, Rem Pitlick, and Mike Hoffman. Jacob, what the fuck? Cole Caulfield, otherwise known as Cole Caulfield, had 26 goals, 10 assists, 36 points. Both him and Doc are out for the rest of the year. Mike Hoffman, 13 goals, 20 assists for 33 points. Josh Anderson, who's also been shut down for the rest of the year, 21 goals, 11 assists, 32 points. Mike Hoffman, 7 goals, 22 assists, 29 points. Christian Dvorak, who's out for the rest of the year, 10 goals, 18 assists, 28 points. Jonathan Drouin, 2 goals, 26 assists, 28 points. David Savard, 3 goals, 17 assists, 20 points. Raphael Harvey-Pinard, 14 goals, 5 assists, 19 points. He was unfortunately out for tonight. Savard as well, as I'm actually going to correct him now. He is out for the rest of the year. Evgeny Dadonov, when he was a Montreal Canadian, 4 goals, 14 assists, 18 points. Caden Gooley has the same amount of totals as he's done for the rest of the year. Sean Monahab, who's unfortunately seemingly down for the rest of the year, 6 goals, 11 assists, 17 points. Jordan Harris, 4 goals, 13 assists, 17 points. Jesse Ullinen, 6 goals, 10 assists, 16 points. Jake Evans, 2 goals, 13 assists, 15 points. Alex Belzil, 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points. I forgot to mute. Justin Barron, 3 goals, 11 assists, 14 points. Jonathan Kovacevic, 2 goals, 12 assists, 14 points. Brendan Gallagher, 7 goals, 6 assists, 13 points. I'm the best at NHL 95 and Super Nintendo. Hey, Z, let's go. Hell yeah. I'm not, I forgot to mute again, sorry. I'm not great at the old NHL games. Mostly because I don't like them, actually. I'm not a fan of like NHL 95, 94, 96. I'm much more of a like 3D like NHL 2002 onwards fan. Like I'm a fan of those games. I guess technically 01 because I think 02 was just an updated version of 01. So yeah, like 01 onwards, like from there, that's when I'm like yep, that's my ideal NHL game. I even like the new shit, which surprisingly, yeah. If you're serious, I have it. Let's go, Dean. Yeah, Dean. Like I respect those games. I respect those games because they were some of the first NHL games, and they paved the way for what I like. I will always respect that. I just personally don't like them that much. I'm just not a massive fan of them. It also partially might be because I'm not good at them, and also the goalies are kind of cheesed. I don't know how to score in those games, but I like them. I like them, but yeah. Yeah, 2004 PC is fun. I haven't updated my version of NHL 04. I actually don't have it installed on this computer. I have it installed on my other computer, the PC version. But yeah, no, I got to get the mods. I know there's like the new player update. There's the updated rosters. There's the scoreboard update that gives you like TSN and Sportsnet and RDS, all like anything, like any type of like overlay that you want. I know there's I think there's even like a soundtrack thing. The only issue is you can't, at least last time I played, at least as far as I know, you can't make created players, unfortunately, which kind of sucks. And I don't think you can edit players, which also sucks. But yeah, I don't know if you can at that point. If you can, that's awesome. But yeah, no, as far as I can tell, as of recently, you haven't been able to really to create guys. Yeah, the 2022 update. Yeah, I think I have the 2021 on my old computer. I gotta pull that out sometime because I still have a lot of stuff that I gotta put in my hard drives. But yeah, no, I should install NHL 04. I have the disc. I still have the physical copy of NHL 04. I should install it and try and get the 04 rebuilt. If you guys like NHL games, NHL 04 rebuilt is very, very solid. Should work on a vast majority of computers. If it worked on your Windows XP computer, it should work on your Windows 10 computer, even probably Windows 11 if you somehow have a disk drive with that. But yeah. Michael Pezzetta has the exact opposite of Gallagher's stats: 6 goals, 7 assists, 13 points. Arbor Xhekaj, who's out for the rest of the year, 5 goals, 8 assists, 13 points. Rem Pitlick, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 points. Yoel Armia, who was back tonight, 4 goals, 7 assists, 11 points. Yeah, 04 PC gets updated to NHL 04 rebuild. Exactly, Dean. Z, honestly, I'd like to see that the Laval Rocket for the against the Montreal Canadiens. Legit, I would pay to see that. I would pay to see the Rocket take on the Canadiens. The Canadiens probably win that because there's still NHL talent on that team. But I don't know. I mean, it'd be fun to see. Maybe an exhibition scrum in the off season. I think that'd be fun to do. You know, once the Laval Rocket are eliminated from the playoffs, if they make them, that'd be fun to do. That'd be fun to see. That would be very fun. Joel Edmondson, 2 goals, 9 assists, 11 points. Juraj Slavkovsky was out for the rest of the year, basically 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points. Denis Gurianov during his time at the Montreal Canadiens, 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points. Chris Tierney with a goal, 5 assists, 6 points. Harry the Rocket aren't winning. I'm in Boyer. I mean, they have a better chance in Grand Rapids. Chris Weidman has 6 assists. Anthony Richard, 3 goals, 2 assists, 5 points. Sean Farrell with his first NHL goal. Jake Allen and Corey Shenneman each with an assist. Let's all write them an email. We should tweet them. It seems like tweeting is how you get the most attention now. Tweet the Canadiens at Laval Rocket. Do a game against each other. We're bored. We want to see it. Make that playoff hockey. Laval Rocket wins 6-4. I mean, I'd be happy with a high scoring game. I'll do it in French, but not in English. That is true, Z. Yeah, they probably. I'll do it in French. Yeah, no, yeah, I get that. You know, no problem. You're probably more natural in French anyway. So like that's fine. I'd be one of those people to do it in English though. Yeah, for an email. Yeah, no, Z. I get that. No worries. Arbor Xhekaj leads the Canadiens with 9 fights. Michael Pezzetta has 6. Caden Gooley and Jake Evans each have 2 fights. Kirby Doc, Josh Anderson, Mike Matheson, Alex Belzile, Jonathan Kovacevic, Brendan Gallagher, and Chris Weidman all have a fight as well. Whew. All right, so the poll results. How good was Montembeau's performance tonight? Good, won with 50%. Emil Heineman is looking great, Dean. I think he has, 5 goals in 5 games now? I actually want to look up the Laval Rocket stats. I will give an Emil Heineman update really quickly because Jesus, that kid has been really good. So firstly, Anthony Richard, 25 goals, 58 assists, 58 points in 55 games. Big shout out to him. Nick Baudin from Kahnawake, big shout out, 39 games, 25 points. He unfortunately I see. Okay, sorry. He has 24 points in 36 games. He's been very good since coming over from Chicago. And also, where is he? Yeah. So Emil Heineman in 6 games, 6 goals, 7 points. Emil Heineman has just been incredible. No, you won the President's Trophy last season. Wow, what'd you do with that? Also, I don't think you guys won the Presidents because I'm pretty sure that was Florida that won the President's Trophy last year. I'm feeling pretty positive about that. I'm feeling quite positive about that if you ask me. So, yeah. Okay, yeah, the Rocket played last night. So yeah. Exactly, Gabriel. Florida won. If the Habs ever do that, I'll donate $1K. I'm sure you would, because I'm sure your 4-year-old little brain has that much money. I'm sure you do, my guy. So again, good one now with 53%. Someone either changed their vote or someone just realized there's a poll and thought, hey, fuck it, I'll vote. Could have won us the game. Was second with 20%, and tied for last place was really good and best of the season. So most people agree that Montembeau's performance was good. I thought it actually could have won us the game. I'd argue best of the season for Montembeau so far. So I will end the poll after the stream ends. Thank you guys. Joel Teasdale. Yeah, Dean, Joel Teasdale. I didn't mention him. I will get his stats because why not? Big shout out to theahl.com. Joel Teasdale is having a fairly nice season. Is second on the team in goals. Is second on the team in goals. He has 23 goals, 38 assists in 54 games. Playing quite well. Big shout out Alex Belzile, by the way, in 31 games when he was with the Laval Rocket, 14 goals, 26 points. Big shout out to him. And also big shout out as well to Emil Heineman, who currently has taken 4 penalty minutes in 6 games. Does not take very many. Also, big shout out Frederic Allard, who in 5 games with Laval has 0 points. Thank you, Frederic Allard. Jan Mishak has 7 points. Love to see it. You love to see it. Caden Primo also has an assist. And Eric Williams with 9 games and 0 points. Big shout out to him. Yeah, also only 24 years old. Exactly, Dean Teasdale. Maybe might end up making the fucking training camp. Might be fairly okay. Yeah. Lightning paid Tanner Jeannot a first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and Cal Foot for him. More value than the Kane, O'Reilly, and Tarasenko trades. Tanner Jeannot's put up 4 points in 18 games. Fajio, thank you for that. That is a big Tampa Bay Lightning meme. That is absolutely a big meme. Gabriel Draisaitl makes it 2-0. Draisaitl, who is better than Connor McDavid. Don't at me because I'm right. Is it possible to do a live that we can join? Z, it is. I can either stream via Streamlabs OBS and, for example, have you guys call in via, say, Discord or Skype. Or I could do like StreamYard, where you guys can like join or like request to join. I can have you guys on or whatever. Technically, I could do one of those two. However, for the Canadiens streams, I prefer to just do them myself. And then if I end up streaming over the next 3 days, for example, or over the summer, when I hopefully will be able to stream, I'll probably end up doing some gaming stuff and maybe some hangout call-in streams. Maybe I'll do stuff like that. We'll see as the summer progresses. Hope to see him next year for the Habs camp. Dean, yeah, that would be cool, seeing Joel Teasdale on the Canadiens camp. That'd be cool. See you guys. Again, that is going to do it for today's stream. Thank you guys. Sorry so much for watching. My name is Harris. Please do not forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite, share everything, which includes, but is not limited to, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. No yawning yet. I just had my 4th beer. My girlfriend is at her parents' house till Tuesday. I'm sorry, man. I know you want to talk. I gotta head out, man. My voice is getting a bit sore. Again, I don't know what to talk about, so I'm just giving you funny stats. Well, thank you, Fajio. I appreciate that again. Z, again, I'm sorry, man, but my voice is getting a bit sore. Tomorrow or Monday. Tomorrow's Sunday. There's a possibility that Sunday or Monday. Actually, it's our next game's Wednesday, is it not? I don't think it's Tuesday. Yeah, no, it is Tuesday. So yeah, we have Sunday and Monday. So, boyos, there's a decent chance. There's a decent chance that the Montreal Canadiens, that we might be able to stream Sunday or Monday. I might do a gaming stream if you guys want to talk then. But, hey, before you go, you ever watch Winter Stories? Oh shit, where's the Winter Stories? I can't say I have. Hey, Lucas, how's it going, man? Thank you for coming by. I can't say I've ever heard of Winter Stories, actually, Dean. I can't say I've ever heard of that. Let's run up VC tonight. Boyer, I mean, we could. I won't be talking too much because, again, my voice, but we'll see. Who's going to be the Habs' one breakout player next year? I'm curious who you think. Thank you, Fazio. Dean, thank you for coming by, my good sir. Appreciate it. And apparently you guys really want to talk now. Who is the one Habs breakout player next year that I think, or who's the Hab I think could break out next year? Ooh, that's tough to see. Fajio, no garlic phone because that game fucking sucks. Yeah, no, I'd rather run some putt golf, honestly. No, it's up to you guys. If you guys want to do some garlic phone, I'll probably just do some growth or something while we're in VC. Looking at the current Habs roster, for example, who could I see breaking out and having like a really good year? Doc did that kind of this year. I'd say Caulfield was on pace to that this year. Yeah, Lucas, yeah, the GIF meme game. That's fun. That doesn't require much talking. If I'm being honest, and I don't want to be biased towards this guy just because I really, really like him, and I really think he's fun, and I think he's going to be a great, great player. I think our Jacki might break out next year. Now, whether it's breaking out in terms of like leading the league in fights or, pretty decent offensive season, maybe both. I think our Jacki, while as much of a talked about player he was this year, he's going to get a lot better next year. I genuinely think Arbor Jacki is going to have a fucking great year next year. I would say Harvey Pinard. The issue is he's kind of doing that this year at the end of the season. He's kind of breaking out this year. If we're going over a full season, then yeah, I'd go Raphael Harvey Pinard because it's easy. But yeah, exactly. Michael was at a breakout season in the 14th tier German league. Exactly, Lucas. Playing with a bunch of like fucking 8-year-olds, and he's still turning the puck over like 19 times a game. Yeah, but thank you, Fudge. I appreciate it, my guy. It's a Montreal movie about young Habs fans. It's a good movie made in 1999. Let me look that up. Winter. Hey, come on, Google. There we go. Winter Stories, 1999. Oh, okay. I see. Okay, so Canadian sports drama film. It got 7 award nominees at the Genie Awards. I've genuinely somehow never heard of that. Nice. That's kind of cool, actually. That's kind of cool. That's yeah. The issue is that the movie's in French, and I don't know if there's a DVD that might have English subtitles, or B, if there are even English subtitles. If there's an English rip, for example, or not in English, you know what I mean, like a dub that's been torrented with English subtitles. If there hasn't been, I can't watch it, unfortunately. Harvey Bedard, yes indeed, John Teeter, hell yeah. Z, sleep well and dream about Bedard with Habs next year. Thank you, Z. I appreciate it, man. I definitely will, man. I absolutely will. Bedard, I love it, John. Yeah, History d'Ever in French, exactly. Yeah, Dean. Yeah, I found it on Wikipedia. Real though, my breakout player next year is Montembeault or Matheson, even though Matheson's already been really good. I think. Yeah, Lucas. Yeah, I could see Montembeault definitely breaking out for sure. I wasn't counting him just because like I feel like a lot of Habs fans know how good he is. But yeah, no, in terms of like everybody around the league, like turning heads and noticing this player, I could see it being Montembeault or Matheson. I like Montembeault a lot, as people know. I could see him finishing the year next year really, really well. But Matheson definitely, I think, has potential for 50, 60 points next year. I think he has potential to hit that as long as he can stay healthy. Yeah, no, Montembeault, yeah. I think like a 9-10, maybe a 9-15, maybe pushing that with how good he is. I can definitely see Montembeault having a breakout next year. But of course, you can never really predict breakouts because they're unpredictable. Maybe there is a Habs breakout next year. Maybe there's none. Maybe there's like 4. Maybe there's 2. Maybe there's none. We'll find out next year. But I'm hoping it is Monty, Matheson, or even, like I said, Harvey Pinard or Jacki. Yes, Faggio, I have watched all 3 Mighty Duck movies. First one's actually pretty good. Second one's fun. Third one is fucking just really bad. I'm French, so I think they have a dub for that movie. Hey, well, thank you, Dean. I appreciate that. Thank you. Z, you're out. Thank you for coming by, man. Exactly. A bunch of people join the stream as I want to end it. Exactly. It's just like, everybody's like, hey, you know what Harry wants on the stream? I want to join right now. Let's keep him live for like 45 more minutes, and let's get the fuck entertained out of us. Michael Pizzetta breakout 1 point under point per game and Adam in 1 game. Yes, sir, Lucas. Yes, sir. Let's go. Hell yeah. Ooh. Oh god. But yeah, boys. Yeah, boys. Jackals, and how's it going? God damn, you guys are joining us. I want to end the stream. That is gonna do it for today's stream. Thank you guys. What's the first movie? Promise I'm trying to watch it maybe tomorrow. Basically, a hockey coach gets pulled over for drunk driving, and as his community service, he has to teach this. Group of kind of ragtag, brought together hockey players, and he has to try and help them win. And yeah, that's kind of basically the plot of the first movie. Hilarity and racism ensues. Maybe not racism, just abuse. Yeah. Good night, Harif. Good night, Jackiff. Do you know Helen? DeGeneres. I do know Helen DeGeneres. I do, Lucas. Yes, indeed. But again, boys, that is going to do it for today's video. Thank you guys again so much for watching. My name is Bryce. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, favorite channel includes, but it's not limited to YouTube, Facebook, subscribe to join the Puff Club, subscribe to the Club, sign up. Hi again. I'm sorry, Chaz. Damn it. Hi again. I was at the Flyers game again tonight. Let's go, Chaz. That's awesome. Yeah, Dean. Yeah, Mighty Ducks, a good movie. Goon. I much prefer Goon to Mighty Ducks for sure. I haven't seen Miracle yet. If you guys are going to ask about Miracle, I've not seen Miracle yet. I own it on DVD, funny enough, but just I haven't watched it. Goon is pretty funny though. I should rewatch Goon soon. It's a good hockey movie. Very, very funny too. But thank you guys for watching. Links links description. Subscribe to the Puff Club, H Club, SubHub, and the D Nation from the Mod Squad. That is true, Gene. Jay Baruchel is a Habs fan. Also the dude from Lord of the Rings who wore a Habs shirt under his fucking costume every day on set, apparently. That's dope. But again, thank you guys. Links in the description on the Amazon business, the PO Box, the PayPal, the Discord, Letterboxd, Twitter account, and the Speedrun, and the Discord are all down there as well. Thank you guys again for watching. My name is Harris. Fucking do the stuff and the things. Ali Montreal, always remember my better last year. Or Al Fairley, I've talked to him before. He's cool. Hey, let's go, Dean. Motherfuckers, vocal cords want to murder him. Yes, they do, Lucas. They absolutely do. But again, Ale Montreal, always remember no matter how bad we are last year, how much I mumble my words this year, or how fairly not great we are like this year. Go Habs, go, baby. Thank you guys again for watching. Thank you guys for watching. My name is Rice. Again, and I'm out. I love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Love you guys. See you guys. Bye, guys. Bye. Triple Art Squad in the chat, boys, too. Let's go, boys. W stream. Go Habs. Go, baby.